Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, students. How are you all? So, today we will learn the chapter A Bicycle in Good Repair. The writer of this story is Jerome K. Jerome, and it is slightly abridged. Now, let's start the part 1. A man I knew proposed one evening we should go for a long bicycle ride together on the following day, and I agreed. I got up early for me. I made an effort and was pleased with myself. He came half an hour late. I was waiting for him in the garden. It was a lovely day. He said, "That's a good looking machine of yours. How does it run?" So here in this first paragraph there is a reference of the narrator and the man. The man offered the narrator to go for a long bicycle ride, and the following day the narrator agreed. So he was a late riser, that's why he was pleased with himself, but the man came half hour late. And the man was asking about him, the machine. So here the machine means what? A bicycle. Oh, like most of them, I answered easily enough in the morning and goes a little safely after a lunch. So the bicycle runs easy, move easy in the morning, but after the lunch it becomes rigid. He caught hold of it by the front wheel and the fork and shook it violently. So here the man shook the bicycle very violently. I said, "Don't do that, you will hurt it." So the narrator said that person that don't do it, don't shook the bicycle, otherwise you will hurt it. I did not see why he should shake it. It had not anything done to him. Besides, if it wanted shaking, I was the proper person to shake it. I felt much as I should had he started whacking my dog. So what narrator says here? The narrator says that I don't know why he shook the bicycle. The bicycle had not done anything. So throughout this story, the narrator and the man considered the bicycle as a machine. And then in the next line, the narrator says that it was only him who can shook the bicycle, because the bicycle is the narrator's property. So here there is the possessiveness of the narrator. I felt much as I should had he started whacking my dog. So what narrator says here? The narrators felt like that he started striking my dog when he was shaking the bicycle. He said this front wheels wobbles. So why he shook the bicycle? Because he wants to check the wheels of the bicycle. So after shaking it, he found out that the wheels of the front wheel of the bicycle is wobbles. Wobbles means what? Move unsteady from side to side. I said, "It doesn't if you don't wobble it." It didn't wobble. As a matter of fact, nothing worth calling a wobble. Means the bicycle is in good condition only. It doesn't wobble at all. And it doesn't matter. That means it is the good condition. It is the in normal condition only. He said, "This is dangerous. Have you got a hammer?" So now from here the man is behaving like that he is an expert detective. He said that this is so dangerous that the wheel of the bicycle is wobbling. You should go and take the hammer. I ought to have been firm, but I thought that perhaps he really did know something about the business. So the narrator wants to firm on his decision that no, it is not wobbling. But the man was behaving like an expert detective. So that's why the narrator thought that perhaps he has some skills of the mechanic, and this is his business only. So that's why the narrator went to the tool shed and find out the hammer. When I came back, he was sitting on the ground with the front wheel between his legs. So we can see in the picture also, right? It is there in your textbook that the man was sitting with the front wheel, and between his leg there was the wheel, and he was playing with it, twiddling it round between his fingers. So how he was playing with that wheel? He was twiddling it round, means he was turning the wheel with the help of the fingers. The remnant of the machine was lying on the gravel part beside him. So the remnant of the machine means the remaining parts of the bicycle lying on the gravel part. The gravel part means what? Stones and pebbles. So here we can consider as a ground that the remaining machine, that the remaining bicycle was lying on the ground beside that man. He said, "It looks to me as if the bearing were all wrong." So why he was playing with that wheel? He was checking that is the bearing is in their position or not. So he found out that it is not good. It bearings were all wrong. I say, don't you trouble about anymore. You will make yourself tired. Let us put it back and get off. Then the narrators try to stop him that don't trouble yourself about it. It is in good condition only. He said, we may as well as what is the matter with it. Now it is out. Now he talked as thought that it had dropped out by accident. So the man was behaving like that because of the accident only. The condition of the cycle is like that only. So we should check it. Before I could stop him, he had unscrewed something somewhere and rolled out all over the part some dozen and so little balls. So now that man was working on the bicycle. So he tried to unscrew the bicycle from here and there. So that's why there were dozen or so little balls were there. Catch them, catch them. We must not lose any of them. He was quite excited about them. So that man was quite excited about the ball. So that's why he was shouting that catch them, otherwise we will lose it. We crawled around for half an hour and found 16. He said he hoped we had got them all, because if not, it would make a serious difference to the machine. I put them for the safety in my head. It was not a sensible thing to do, I admit. So they were crawled on the ground for finding the balls, and it was 16. And he said that you should search it, otherwise it makes so much difference. So for his safety, they searched the balls and put that balls in the heads of narrator. So here is the end of the first part of this chapter. So in short, the man was behaving like that he is an expert detective and he is working on the bicycle.